What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog, and welcome to a very exciting day where we're actually going to be working to get this truck that's kind of been somewhat in hibernation back together. Now, we're actually going to be working on it in the confines of this corner of the shop, which we don't really do all that often, but today it's a special exception because we're actually getting some door issues fixed. The windows on these doors from the manufacturer had some issues. The seals were actually broken, and you guys can see some of the adhesive wasn't properly sealed. Fortunately, they recognized that. We are getting new stuff installed today. So we just got all the paint match parts back from Sean at Peach Bottom Auto Body, and they look absolutely incredible, and I cannot wait to show them to you guys. Plus, we got the headlights back from Fill It Fast Headlights, and this truck is going to come together so unbelievably well. I can't wait to share with you guys the direction that we're going with all of this, and I can't wait to show you just how good it's gonna look when it comes together. So first things first, the headlights, built and fully customized, but extra OEM plus. We are talking chrome outer bezels with paint matched inner bezels, which are naturally factory black. Deleted the amber in between the turn signal and deleted the amber on the side, so we have this beautiful combination of the 2020 plus Super Duty headlight that plays on chrome and gray extremely well. Complement of chrome is the goal, but in this instance I wanted to do something different versus what I've seen in the aftermarket, where we actually retain all the chrome on the exterior parts of the headlight, and then we play on paint match on the inside where it's typically factory black. Those look incredible. I'll show you guys them on once we get the truck back together. Speaking of, I gotta show you some parts.
Yeah, it is. There's no doubt in my mind that goes there.
No doubt?
No, literally, I pulled it out. There's no doubt in my mind that goes there. For once, I can actually say with confidence, there's no doubt in my mind that that one goes there.
Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price to y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. 8-6 all the hay. I won't get involved today. Got lost in the ball and A's. I'm flipping the bars. I'm flipping the on record, off record. I still count wins when they doubt it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record. I still want to act, not the ghost. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. Running through it with the young influence, adolescent presence, I'm succumbing to it. I've been giving yeses when I shouldn't do it. I complete ejected, but the moves elusive, and I'm barely moving, but I'm still gonna boost them. I can't work on winners when I know you're losing. So
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, first of all, welcome over to the lot here at Next Level Motorworks and Lime Ridge Automotive, where we have not one, but two absolutely freaking gorgeous Illuminati's right next to each other. Ladies and gentlemen, I made a pit stop over to Next Level Motorworks to show Tyler, who is a big fan of this very street setup look right here, the first look at the revised 2022 Super Duty Platinum Power Stroke, and my man got the approval, so I felt as if it was deemed completely satisfactory to share with you guys. But in all seriousness, can we just take a minute to appreciate the not one, but the two gorgeous Illuminati's, first generation and second generation, right next to each other. They complement one another absolutely perfectly, and it is nothing but the perfect introduction to what is the new look for this truck. It looks insane. That's all I have to say. It turned out amazing. amazing. So y'all saw a lot of footage through the B-roll. Now let's talk a little bit about it. I'm gonna start on the front of the truck right here. We've got the headlight assemblies completed by Fillet Fast Headlights. Turned out so sick. And now I can finally do a side-by-side comparison for you guys to show you exactly what I was referring to when I talked about how this bezel right here is actually one big piece, and then the inner bezels are the other pieces. So when you take this out, you actually can't mask over the chrome because it's very, very sensitive. It's almost like an aluminum foil. So what we did was something that I've honestly never seen done in the aftermarket community, although I haven't really been looking all that much. It seems like what everybody does is they just paint the whole headlight itself to reduce the chrome, but being that this truck is a platinum, chrome plays out in its favor extremely well, and I wanted to play on that, which you'll see as we get more into the build here. So what I decided to do with Phil is actually leave the whole outer bezel chrome, delete the amber in between the turn signal, and delete the side marker amber here. These what are now paint match gray housings are actually black from the factory, which looks no doubt super cool. I like that Ford did that, but black doesn't play into this build at all because we actually decided to delete a lot of the black, which we'll get into also here in a minute. So Phil and I decided let's do this route and see how it looks, and honestly it turned out even better than I could have ever imagined. It's like you look at them and the first thing you think is, wow, they look incredible. Well, what's done to them? Are they factory? Are they not? I'm not really sure. And that's exactly what we were going for. Coming around to the front, we've got, of course, the platinum grille. They revised it here for the 2020 plus body style, where compared to the 2017, you've got platinum styling. Both are just so iconic in and of themselves. I love these Illumiduties. I think they're in a complete league of their own in their respective class that they occupy and participate in. So little minimalistic touches here. Primary center cross member bar painted, Ford badge painted, no more blue, all paint to match gray, left all the chrome in the Ford badge. Then we've got the chrome factory slats that came chrome from the factory that we left remaining. My thought process when I envisioned this design was that the chrome on the top flows down and around to the bottom, and then the chrome in the center flows right across through the center of the headlight, and that's exactly what it does. There's a lot of parallel lines that work between the top, center, and bottom bars. I think it plays out very well. You guys know, and I tend to be just a little bit anal about these things, but I'm very meticulous in the thought process of what I do to my trucks. And maybe it's a little bit over the top, but honestly, it's what gets me going. It's what makes me enjoy this so much. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to constantly practice and train that memory of taking a concept in a virgin platform and transforming it in my mind before giving it to all the epic players here in Lancaster County to make that all possible. Now, this is a really sick compliment because Tyler's truck, he actually bought this way. It has a ton of pre-existing paint match on it already, so this is a really, really solid side-by-side comparison. All right, guys, so coming down to the bumper, there's no part left untouched on the front end. We've got the top step pad sanded completely smooth. I mean, I wish that you could be here to feel it right now. It is literally as smooth as the paint. You would never even be able to tell that we're switching material surfaces right now. Looks gorgeous. Fog light bezels, same thing. Lower four-wheel drive valance, same thing. And then in the center here, guys, I know you're really upset about the winch. I'm actually waiting on the factory plastics to arrive so we can get that all buttoned up. Those are gonna remain black because it is a nice opening in the bumper. That keeps that whole area kind of very open, which I really, really like. Paint match that kind of seems a little bit closed and looks a little funky. You guys can actually see right here, the front air dams are significantly different between the first and the second gen Illumiduties. First gen's actually a little bit smaller than the second gen. I think they made them slightly larger, but I'm not at all upset about it because the four-wheel drive valances do so much for this front end. Without them, these trucks kind of seem like they don't have a chin. Just a quick side-by-side comparison. Tyler's truck is lowered down 3/4 of an inch in the front. This truck is completely factory, and they are both on the exact same wheel and tire setup from a spec perspective. All right, guys, so moving right along. Up top here, we've got the Enthusiast Polished Bullet Antenna. These are available on the site, guys, if you want to grab one and get entered for Bandit. Now along to the side, paint match behind the Platinum badge, and same with the plastic sanded and paint match smooth behind the F250 emblem. The chrome plays so much compliment. Even inside all of these tiny little grill slats, it's painted, guys. I wish that you could see it in person because the attention to detail is ridiculous. All right, now coming up to the top here, mirrors sanded, painted smooth, and so smooth they are. And then stenciled out with a 1/4 inch piece of tape to have the factory lights also painted. Now, we did maintain the factory amber side markers on the mirrors, and we have the factory amber cab lights, which are also painted to match and stenciled with a 1/4 inch. You guys can see right there, they blend into the top of the cab absolutely beautifully, and it's a very nice minimal look. We actually debadged the Power Stroke and 6.7 emblems. I don't think I'm gonna end up putting them back on this truck specifically. I kind of just like them without it. Up on the top here, guys, factory third brake light, integrated camera for the 360 perspective, tinted brake light. As you can see, there's non-tinted versus tinted side-by-side comparison. So bed lights were masked off. They were not tinted at all because we want those to be as bright as they possibly can be at night. And then painted the whole exterior border of the light and the camera bezel itself. Woo! Coming around the back, this might be my favorite perspective of the truck. Typically it's the front end, but the rear has so much to say. Let me just turn the lights on quick. Oh my God, guys, it looks insane. And this is something that we haven't done on any of our Super Duties in the past, and I'm so happy we waited for this truck right here because I feel like this gray just accentuates it so much. So we masked out the top bar and the bottom bar to separate it from the actual brake light, which is right here, and it looks absolutely insanely clean. Then the dark red that was right here in the center of the headlight is now all painted to match, and what it does is it flows through to the also complementing paint to match platinum badge with now chrome lettering across platinum and Super Duty. Same with the Ford emblem up front, and then of course the tailgate handle bezel itself, chrome complementing accent, but everything sanded smooth paint to match. This is got to be one of my favorite looks on the back end of any truck that I've ever had in the history of all the trucks that we've built. I know that's a bold statement, but seriously, can we just look at it? It looks absolutely beautiful. And then the red shining through the slightly tinted lens that matches the third brake light. It's a masterpiece. Now down to the bumpers, guys. All the step pads, sanded and painted smooth, sanded and painted smooth, sanded and painted smooth, sanded and painted smooth, sanded and painted smooth. Yeah, y'all get the point. There's really no part that went untouched on this specific truck. Now there's a few things that I did decide to, however, leave black plastic. That is this rear bed protector panel on the bottom. Same with the bed corner protection piece right here. The bed rails themselves, because those take a lot of boots. And some of the other little trim pieces that run along the door and etc. This right here makes me so happy as I grow to know Peterbilts. We've got a nice 359 day cab cruising on, earning the day's keep. Very nice, very, very nice. Something that one true enthusiast might truly appreciate. So I should actually use this as a good opportunity to caveat into the flatbed project that I wanted to do with like a 379 cab 3406B. I actually found when a subscriber sent it to me. For the life of me, I cannot remember your name right now. I apologize, but you know who you are. It was absolutely gorgeous, and it was out of Georgia. It was actually in a really good price range too, but guys, I'm super limited on space already, and I'm not gonna use that as an excuse. But we've got more truck builds now than we've ever had because it's been so difficult to find trucks that we actually kind of somewhat have been hoarding them as they come up. That doesn't mean that we'll never actually build one. It's just a matter of that wasn't the right timing of things, and everything, well, truly happens for a reason. You know, it's pretty dope. I just passed a used car dealership where I saw mom, dad, and son looking for what I assume to be his first car. Brings me back, the first vehicle that I ever looked at with my mom and my dad was a black 5.0 Mustang. It was a 6-speed. I'll never forget it. I fired up that 5.0 and I thought to myself, wow, like this is power. And it's funny because I really never knew any better at the times. And then I also remember looking down and thinking to myself, how do I drive a manual? So my question for you guys is, what was your very first vehicle? What did you look at, and then what did you actually end up with? I absolutely need to know. Y'all gotta drop some comments below. How are you? Good. Good. Thank you very much. You too.
Whoa! Is it who you were expecting? I doubt it, because I haven't been in here like this whole video. But now that Jack's back at the shop, brought us some nice hardware that we can use to finish up a project that I'm looking at right now, and it is not one that you guys are gonna wanna miss. This thing is nothing short of jaw-dropping. But that's gonna be for an upload later this week, so you guys are gonna have to stay tuned for that one. But how about this thing though? I mean, come on. Look at this truck, all this paint match. As I'm sure you guys saw plenty of in this video, I won't bore you with looking at it all again, although I'm gonna stand here and stare at it for a while. I won't make you guys look at it all again. All right, maybe a little bit. I mean, come on, look at this thing. The headlights, the grill, the valence, all of it just looks so good. Sean did an absolutely fantastic job. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This truck hasn't even had anything suspension done to it, and it might be my favorite truck on the channel, ever. Don't tell the OBZ, it might be mad. Shh, it's our little secret. Now with the Ford, we're normally naming these trucks. I mean, you've got Misfit, you've got Bandit, you've got 8-Ball, we've got all these trucks. But Ford doesn't have a name yet. We were thinking about doing Super Duty Sam 2.0, but I think this truck's gonna be just a little bit louder than that. So we're gonna have to think of a name. Drop your suggestions in a comment down below because this unit is going to be an absolute beast. So yeah, let us know what you guys think. Guys, and one more thing, 10 times entries for Bandit aren't gonna last much longer. So head over to Enthusiast and grab your entries to get entered to win this absolute beast of a truck. It's got the full limited Longhorn interior. I mean, this truck is a specimen. Oh yeah, now we are in business. And that's gonna be where we wrap up this one so you guys can head over and get entered to win Bandit. Don't want you to miss your opportunity now, do we? If you guys are new here, don't forget to tap that subscribe button. We got tons of sweet diesel content here on this channel. And yeah, it's something you guys aren't gonna wanna miss. And remember guys, drop your comment for a name suggestion for that beast of a Ford right there because we're a little bit stumped on this one and we can use you guys' help. That being said guys, I'm gonna head out and get to the gym. We'll see you in the next one.